Hey there, I'm Sarita, and you're about to experience the modern approach to well-being where you get to establish the best and most important relationship you will ever have, the one with yourself. I'm on a mission to help you declutter energy and reclaim your power so you can be a magnet to what you desire. If you're looking for the optimal blend of mindset and healing, you're in the right place. My goal in this podcast is to share tools, resources, and practices that will help you along your healing journey. I'm so excited to be here with you today, so welcome to Back to Here with Sarita. Let's get started. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to my podcast, Back to Here with Sarita, the new Manifesting Paradigm podcast. As you may know per this podcast, because I've mentioned it multiple times, or if you follow me on social media at Sarita Wellness, you know that I have fully embraced a nomadic lifestyle, and I have been now calling it my 52-week manifestation road trip, which means I load everything in and out of my car and I live nomadically in different places all around the United States. And I'm officially in week 8, so that means 2 months have already flown by for me. The last episode, if you remember, I shared with you a few breakthroughs that I personally have been having with my ego self and what has been coming forth for me during this trip, because every single day I'm learning something new about myself. My goal and plan is to do a much better job of sharing on social media my personal transformation that I have been having during this nomadic lifestyle, and taking what I have learned over the half decade of information that I've gathered about manifestation, law of attraction, trusting the process, law of assumption, working with my intuition, all the things that I've been sharing with you over the last half decade on my social media, and taking that information to not only create a lifestyle for myself, but also put everything that I have learned into real time. Okay, so it's been a while since I've done any type of astrology type of episode, so I'm definitely due for one. I want to say the last episode that I did regarding any type of astrology was probably during Venus retrograde. So that was about March or April. So I'm very excited to share what I have for you in this very short episode. What we are going to be talking about is Jupiter in Cancer. If you've been around for a while, you know I absolutely love intertwining astrology into my teachings. And actually, when I work with my clients, it is a requirement for them to provide me their birth time information so I can pull up their astrological chart and also their human design chart, because it helps me understand them as a person and helps me be able to be a better coach for them. So in this episode, we'll be going over the transition of Jupiter in Cancer and how it's actually impacting your manifestation process. So in general, I definitely recommend you take notes, but if you are the following, I definitely recommend you to take more copious notes, because this will be impacting you a lot more if you are a Sun in Cancer, if you are a Moon in Cancer, if you have a Cancer rising, if you have a Mars in Cancer, or if you have a Venus in Cancer. With Jupiter being in Cancer, the 4th house, we are entering a new era of manifestation. Quite simply, we are entering an era where we are being called to be more emotional, intuitive, and rooted in our beliefs and thoughts and intuition. So in a quick nutshell, what is Jupiter in Cancer? What does that actually mean? Jupiter equals expansion. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, and Cancer is all about emotional security, roots, home, ancestry. So the big picture is that this year through next year of July, we are being expanded through our emotional alignment and not our performance. And so this is impacting directly how we are manifesting and our manifestation process. So before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the episode, I want to circle back to a concept that I have been sharing since last year, and actually since I added it as a tagline to my podcast. So this is not new information. I'm just helping you remember this is something very important as we go into this episode. I've mentioned this before on the podcast. I've mentioned mentioned the old manifesting paradigm versus the new manifesting paradigm. To help you with your memory, quite simply, the old manifesting paradigm is us pushing our efforts in a way that is very unaligned, aka think burnout, exhaustion, sleep deprivation, anxiety, frustration, bitterness, all those emotions where we're trying really hard to make something happen, to create something to happen. The new manifesting paradigm is solely based on our magnetism. So our ability to receive, being in alignment, being at peace, having health and well-being, an intuitional based manifestation process. Believe it or not, this is the way the world is shifting. The more people that choose to actually work on their frequency, aka their healing, the more we move as a collective in this new manifesting paradigm. One more thing I wanted to share before we jump into Jupiter and Cancer is a little bit of a disclaimer. You may have noticed a little bit of shift if you've been following me on social media. Like I mentioned, these last few weeks, these last 8 weeks, I've learned a lot more about myself. And as I learn, I'm shifting. And so that means my internal state is shifting, my frequency is shifting. So that also means that my messaging is also shifting. So what I'm going to share with you may be new information, it may be a new perspective, but it's all in the hopes and also the belief in knowing that I am meant to help certain people that are really, really ready to actually jump on board to support themselves while we collectively shift into this new manifesting paradigm. This is just me honing in a lot more on focusing on the people that are ready and crave the desire to help support themselves in this area. Okay, let's jump in. My first point is Jupiter in Cancer is helping us expand through emotional nourishment, our inner safety, and homecoming to ourselves. So reminder again, Cancer, the fourth house is all about the home. And think about your home as being your body, your home base, your present, your here, this present moment. The inspiration behind the name of my podcast, Back to Here. Your body is your home. And so with our home, with our body, we have different emotions that we are feeling. And so the old manifesting paradigm glorifies this good vibes only. I'm sure you've seen that before where you're thinking you need to be only good vibes in order to manifest, which actually bypasses our emotional depths. So this new manifesting paradigm says your manifestations are actually only as strong as your safety to receive them. Think of your nervous system is your manifesting engine now and not your mind. The old belief is that we manifest through mindset, when in reality, we actually manifest through our nervous system. So this means over the next year, we as a collective, you are being called to slow down and come back to the body, come back to home base and stop outsourcing your power from outside sources, right? And coming back to your own power, your own inner world to nurture that area. So my question is to you, where can you create more safety in your body and honor your emotional truths going forward over this next year? My second point is Jupiter in Cancer is helping us expansively heal our ancestral wisdom, our home, our family dynamics, and our emotional identity. Remember, the fourth house isn't just about the home, it's actually about home life, which also encompasses ancestors. This is also the house of ancestry. And so oftentimes we think as ancestors as this entity or experience outside of ourselves, but in reality, our body actually carries a lot of experiences from our ancestors in our DNA. That's epigenetics. I go a lot deeper into that within my Bliss Method program, but think of your DNA as your body, your DNA, your body is the roots that connect you to your ancestors. So let's think about this in nature. When you take a plant and put it in the soil, you are watering them, you're taking care of them, you're nurturing them, you're making sure they get the proper nutrients. Just like you can do with your body is your roots to your ancestors, and your body is going to be taken care of by you so you can thrive. So Jupiter in Cancer is a new perspective shift when it comes to ancestral healing that ancestral wounding, the lineage, through yourself. This is the new manifesting paradigm shift that this year will help you, is actually calling you to reprogram those early imprints that you've been having that have shaped your sense of security, worth, and enoughness. So I personally can attest to this. This is exactly what my journey has been in regards to this lifetime. I'm not just talking about Jupiter in Cancer. I'm not just talking about these last 8 weeks during my manifestation road trip. I'm talking about in general. So this really hones in to my own personal experience. And so what is a better time to amplify this healing than during this Jupiter in Cancer season? So a question that you can ask yourself to commence this ancestral wound healing, because again, it starts with you and your body, is what are some childhood beliefs around, let's say, money, safety, security, and success that I can rewrite now? My final point in regards to Jupiter and Cancer is that it is really supporting us and helping us expand our intuition, our softness, and our emotional intelligence. So Cancer is the crab, right? The little thing that walks along the beach that has a very, very hard shell, but is actually very, very soft in the middle. Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so it's a very emotional archetype, but also, in my opinion, my personal opinion, in its most true, authentic self, Cancer is probably one of the most zodiac astrological signs that is in touch with its intuitive side and its emotions. If there's any message that I really want you to not only take from this episode, but when you think of Sarita, manifestation coach, and what she represents, is helping women like you shift from this hustle-based hyper independence into this co-creative, surrendering, and energetic congruency lifestyle. We have this deep ingrained belief, and this is something that I've believed before too, that softness is weakness. But in reality, softness is actually strategy. Let me say that again. Softness is strategy. When we are soft, we are more open to receiving those things around us. Let me put this into perspective for you. Think of a time when you have felt fully defeated, tired, your walls have completely come down, and then somebody comes to either help you, advise you, give you some support, give you some advice. And in that moment, you allow that help to happen because you are just willing to receive anything because of this feeling of defeat. Although you are in a state of forced softness due to these feelings of defeat, you are actually open to receive. So softness is a strategy. The more you feel, the more you receive. The more you trust, the more life brings what is aligned for you. So quite simply, this is year to let your intuition lead, not to have your logic do the leading. So final question to ask yourself, where can I let my crab claw guard down? What area of my life is calling me to trust more versus control? Okay, let's recap. Your nervous system is the real manifesting engine now. So just think emotional safety equates manifestation magnetism. Identity level healing, especially from early childhood, actually supercharges your vibrational energy. Think heal the root to change the frequency. And final thought, softness is not laziness, it's trust. And so receptivity over force. And so you may be thinking, where can I go to get help with all this? And glad you asked. You are in the right place. I exactly do that. I help women go from this very hustle mentality to be able to receive with ease when it comes to manifesting. If you're the type of person that loves to jump right in, no thoughts, just blaze ahead, that's totally me, full Aries, I would recommend that you book a frequency magnet audit with myself. It's a beautiful way to evaluate where you are with your frequency. And so that can definitely support you. And we go through my 3-step manifestation framework that I have tried, tested, and proven over and over that it works in supporting you to manifest with ease. The other thing I definitely recommend you check out is go to saritawellness.com/activate and check out my Go at Your Own Pace program, Activate Your Inner Wealth and Abundance. It's such a great program to help you transform your frequency, especially when it comes to security and money. If you're the type of person that likes to ease your way into things, totally understand. Head to saritawellness.com/lifestyle, and that will actually show you the 3 steps that I personally have taken to manifest a paid for lifestyle, meaning the lifestyle that I live now in the new manifesting paradigm, not just my nomadic lifestyle, because the nomadic lifestyle is just authentically aligned with who I am as a person. If that's something that you really desire as well, of course, you can get more clear on that. But I teach you in that 3-step manifestation process what you can do to manifest your paid for lifestyle within the new manifesting paradigm. Also, as well, if you do like taking your time, I definitely, again, recommend that Go at Your Own Pace program, the Activate Your Inner Wealth and Abundance. It's such a great starting point to help you really transform your mindset and understand a lot more how your actual body is impacting your manifestation process. And if you really desire to jump in and overhaul your manifestation process and your nervous system, I suggest you head over to saritawellness.com/bliss and commence your manifestation transformation via the Bliss method. All these resources will help you support you in unwinding from the stories that you have been living for so long, especially when it comes to living in this old manifesting paradigm, and open yourself up to not only manifest with more ease, but step into the direction where we are actually heading collectively, which is the new manifesting paradigm. I'm sure this episode was very, very helpful to you. So do me a favor as well and pass this on to somebody that you know that has Cancer in their top 3, sun, moon, rising. Although this impacts all of us in a very direct way, this definitely will impact those people that have the sign in the placements that I just mentioned. So make sure to pass that on to somebody that you know that has those. Also, as always, you can always screenshot this episode and tag me at Sarita Wellness in your stories and share with me which one of the 3 within the Jupiter and Cancer transitions that I talked about in this episode you will be focusing on over the next year. Well, that about wraps up this episode. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always with you being here with me as I am recording this episode in Austin, Texas. I'm in such a beautiful home. Love the area so much. If you have any recommendations of what to see, do, or try, make sure to send me a DM at Sarita Wellness. Again, thank you so much for supporting yourself in this manifestation process and being a listener of this podcast, Back to Here with Sarita, the new Manifesting Paradigm podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. And as always, keep being the amazing you that you are. Take care. Hey love, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you adored what you heard, it would mean the world to me if you took a moment to leave a review on the platform you are listening to this episode on. By doing this, you are helping my mission to impact other women with their healing journeys. If you aren't already following me on social media, make sure to connect with me at Sarita Wellness to get your weekly dose of inspiration. I can't wait to be with you in the next episode, but in the meantime, keep being the amazing you that you are.